the mess. The mess they're going to make is worrying me. The last 30% of this book is a mess. Foolishness. Very annoying shits. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Sinag and we're doing another reading vlog. So I'm currently reading I Think I Might Want You by Christina Jones. So this is the last book in the Love Sisters trilogy, and this one is actually about Gemma Love. I think she is the eldest love sister, and she's actually a she travels a lot, and she wrote a book she wrote a book about her travels, and in one of her travel destination, she had a one night stand with a guy, and she had a feature of that guy with their sex on chapter 5, and people were always asking her who is this guy in chapter 5, and she was not telling them who he was because she didn't even know his name. So in this one, they are celebrating, so far from where am I right now, they are celebrating in one of her cousins. I forgot what are they celebrating, but there's a celebration happening at that time, and her cousin also invites or also know the guy who she hooked up with, and her cousin doesn't know about it because she don't know the name of the guy, so she can't tell them. And then she introduces both of them together, so Levi and Gemma, and the cousin keeps going on and on about the book, especially about the sex chapter, or the chapter 5 in the book. And then Levi is very I just I find it funny but adorable as well. Anyway, that's my update for now, and yes, so I'll update you once I have something more to say about this book or another update for this vlog. So I think among the books in this trilogy, this one is the steamiest, and actually we're still in the chapter 3, and yet we have already seen 2 sex scenes. And okay, I am in the 56% mark, and they are using paints while having sex. The mess they're going to make is worrying me. Anyway, so I just finished reading I Think I Might Want You by Christina Jones, and I'm giving it 4 stars. And this one I think is an okay book, and I can confidently say that the first book, which is I Think I Might Love You, is my favorite book in this series. And okay, so this book, this is the last book in the series and the concluding book in the series. So it's about Gemma and, oh my gosh, I already forgot his name, and Levi. Okay, it's about Gemma and Levi, and this one, I think among the 3 sisters, Gemma is the one who has the most different or unconventional relationship situation, and it's very interesting in that way. And I appreciate that we get to see different relationship progressions in each sisters. In this one, Gemma is a traveling kind of person, and she actually mentioned that she's like a nomad, and she likes to travel a lot, and she don't want to get tied down to a specific place. And I really appreciate that each heroines in the series, each heroines or each sisters in this series have different personalities or different view or perspective in life and relationships, and they are all in different stages of relationship, and I really appreciate that because it offered us different situations that is unique to each of the sisters, and we're not getting bored with the series, or at least I don't get bored. And the first book, it's my favorite book in this series, and the first book is the most funny book, or it has the humor that I wanted in a book, while this last book I think is the steamiest among this trilogy. And for me personally, I didn't get to know more our main characters because we have seen mostly the physical connections between them through sex and all of that. But I feel like the character, or knowing the character deeply, was not enough for us to root for both of them to be together, or at least that's what I'm feeling. And in general, I think that this is too short for Gemma and Levi, and I don't know, I feel like we should have seen more from them because because it feels like the scenes are repeating, or because at first we get to know about their time in Havana, and then we get to see them have sex, or we have seen lots of steamy scenes, and then another another travel thing, and then another travel thing like what they did in Havana, but this time they are in Barcelona, and then that's it. That's all. I think this one has more steam than the actual plot. And I wanted more from the plot. I wanted more for them to be balanced, or at least for the plot to be a lot more than the steamy scenes. And yes, so that's my feelings with this book. And the epilogue in this one consists all of the love sisters. So we so in this epilogue we have all of their POVs, and I like Jacqueline's POV and the situation with her, and yeah, so that's what I like the most because it involves the vet, and then Miss Thing, and then her ice cream shop, the Dreamery. But Joya's POV, I think it's okay, but it really didn't elicit any strong emotions for me. It's just okay. And then Gemma's POV is very bland for me. So overall, I'm giving this book a 4 stars. And yeah, so my ranking for the Love Sister trilogy is my favorite book, which is on the rank 1 or top 1, is I Think I Might Love You, which is the first book. And Jacqueline is also my favorite love sibling or love sister. And then the next book, rank 2, I think I Might Want You. So this book, the third book, and that's Gemma. And then the last book, which is not my favorite, is the second book, which is I Think I Might Need You, which focuses naman on Joya. So if I'm going to give superlatives for these three books, so the first one, I Think I Might Love You, is the funniest book in this trilogy. And then the second one, I Think I Might Need You, is the blandest and most boring in the trilogy. And then the third one, I Think I Might Want You, is the steamiest in this trilogy. So that's all for this update for this book. And yeah, so I'm having a good time reading right now. And hello, so I'm in the 52% mark of I Married a Merman by Regine Abel. So this one is actually the fourth book in the Prime Meeting Agency series, and I'm actually really liking it so far. And among all the heroes that we have encountered in this series, Echo, our Merman, or our hero in this book, is my favorite. He's actually definitely a book boyfriend for me, and I loved how he I loved how he took care of our heroine Mira. And in this one kasi, this is about a Mira. This is about Mira and Echo. So Mira is a human, but she actually have a DNA coming from aliens. So here I am forgetting again the names of the the important names in this book. Anyway, so she basically has an alien DNA in her genes, or in her DNA. And she has part aquatic alien kind of thing. And our hero Echo and his people was actually, I think they are I think they are Tritonian. They are the same, or they have similarities with the Sicarian. Yeah, so our heroine, what's her name again? Our heroine Mira has a Sicarian DNA in her, and she is actually mutating, so she's turning into a full grown Sicarian. So that's why since Sicarian are kind of aquatic alien kind of creatures, they are most comfortable with the water, or that's why that's why on Earth Mira was having troubles with breathing, because her lungs have different, what do you call this, requirements, or different amount of amount of amount of gr- amount of pressure from the atmosphere in order to help her body survive. So what she did is that she was recommended to go join the primating agency, so that she can find a place wherein she can fully mutate accordingly, without possibly risking her life, because she's basically not safe on Earth anymore. And yeah, so basically oxygen is kind of a poison on her. And yeah, so Kayog, our favorite matchmaker, is the one who chooses the Titan, the planet where our hero lives. And in this one, even before they meet each other, Echo already cared for her. And I don't know, I really like his concern for her, and he always makes sure that his mate Mira Mira is well taken care of. And yeah, so, and aside from that, I like the world in this one. I think this is this my favorite world. I think I think this one is the first runner up on my favorite world in this primating agency series. I think the second one is still my favorite. because the world building in that one was very detailed and very environmental heavy, while in this one is focused on um focused on water shores, and basically the water. So and I actually love bodies of waters, and this one, it's very like beachy vibes with very Atlantic vibes as well, and I'm really enjoying it. And the aesthetic of it that I'm seeing in my mind is very pretty. Like, it has a tinge of purple and pink, but also with a very sparkling kind of blue, and I'm really liking it in my head. So yeah, so I'm really enjoying it so far, and I like the aesthetic that it shows in my mind. And yes, so color wise or aesthetic wise, this one is my favorite, but the general world building, I think the second book is still my favorite. But we'll see more, but we'll see, because right now, since we are in the at exactly half the book, we I think we still yet to see the rest of the planets, because so far what we've seen is the shore, the um the the shore, the ocean, but the ocean was not very detailed. And then the animals in this one. But yeah, so for me, if ever going to be asked in which world do I want to live the most, I think I would choose this one, despite being my second favorite world, because I really wanted to become a mermaid. That's my dream, and I love water, and and in this one I love their food, and their and the animals that we've seen in this one, and generally the the people of Triton, the Tritonians, because they are very. Oh, I also like their bioluminescence in their skin. Like, they have a, I don't know if it's right, but in my mind they have like a holographic kind of colors in their skin. Like, they can change a bit of their color, not change, but bioluminescence. Like, kind of reflect light through their scales, and I really love that. Is that bioluminescence or echolumin? I forgot. I didn't pay much attention to the terms, obviously, but yes, so I'm enjoying it still so far, and I hope that we get to see more from the world, because this is a very interesting one. And yes, so and yes, so so let's go back to reading about our hero Echo taking care, caring for, and basically being there, supporting Nira through her transformation. So I finally finished reading I Married a Merman by Regine Abel, and I'm giving it 5 stars. So this is actually the second book in this primating agency series that I loved. So my favorite will still be I Married a Naga, but this one is my second favorite, and I really enjoyed reading this one. So this one is about Echo and Nira, and I really enjoyed their dynamics together. And aside from that, aside from that, I kind of noticed that as we go along, I think Regine Abel's world building was getting much more intricate and much more detailed compared to the first two books. Ever since book 3, we get to see a lot more of the world and the dynamics outside of our main characters. But the difference between this one and the third book, I think, is that this one, despite having a lot of world building or specific world building in it, the romance aspect was still there, and it is very balanced in terms of the romance and the world building are not fighting for a spotlight because both of them are in the same level, unlike that of the third book, which is I Married a Birdman, which is kind of doing everything simultaneously, and it makes the reading experience a bit focused on the world building and the action rather than the romance. So in this one, I enjoyed it really much because aside from the fact that I love mermaids or anything that relates or concerns to merfolk, this one is very rich in terms of the culture that we've seen. And we also get to see the sunken city or underwater, as well as the cuisines, the foods in here, as well as the anatomy of the merfolks and their dynamics as a society or a community, and even to the familial level or household level. So I want to read more from this world because this is very interesting, and I think Regine Abel really showed a lot of the world building that we could have see more in other characters' point of views. And aside from that, for me, this one has the most fleshed out world. Then the second one is the book 2, I Married a Naga. Then the third one is then the third one is the first book, and then the last one is the Birdman. So anyway, but I loved how but I love the world in this one, and I just loved everything that relates to water. And yes, so I also I also sympathize with the characters and their situation, and I felt the joy when we get to know that Nira will be able to live in Triton and have a family with Echo. I really invested in that part. And aside from that, Echo is actually one of my book boyfriends, because for me, among all of the heroes in this series that we've seen so far, Triton is I think he's the best one. And aside from that, we also get to see his father, and I just wanted to say that there's only one chapter here with his father on it, with Echo's father on it, Leith. And I think I have a crush more on his father than him. Anyway, so I really enjoyed this read, and I really love this book, and would highly recommend this one. And as you can see, if you have noticed, I started this reading vlog without any theme. I just started reading, or I just started vlogging and documenting the reading experience of I think I might want to, and I just go on from there. But right now, this one I find a theme that will fit perfectly to the books that I'm currently reading and want to feature in this reading vlog. So so this one has a theme of reading books with purplish pink covers in it. And though I don't usually base my reading or themed my reading based on the covers, especially to in a covers colors, but I just go on with my mood. And right now I really don't enjoy the before this I have a list kasi of the themes that I wanted to do, reading vlog themes, and I don't enjoy any of them. And I just scrap all of them because I don't want to force myself to read books that I'm currently not in the mood of reading, just because I have a theme for it to be featured in. So I just I was supposed to make another just mood reading vlog, but after or at the I think 30% I think 30% of reading, I think I might want to. I felt like I need to do another reading vlog, and then I just told myself that to go on from there. And while reading this book, I saw, or I was become cognizant of the fact that this book, and I think I might want to, has the same purplish pink cover. And after that, so that's the that's what instigates, or that's what catalyzes the formation of this reading vlog. Anyway, so that's my update for this time. That's the update for this reading vlog, and let's see each other again during my next update for the next book, or after I finish that book, whatever that is. So that's it for me for this clip, and bye. So I finally finished reading Pet by Akwaeke Emezi, and I'm giving it 5 stars. So this one, I really enjoyed the reading experience. And okay, wait. So let's talk about what it is all about first. Then we'll go to my review of it, and it's going to be a spoiler kind of review. So yeah. So yes. So anyway, this book is about Jam. Jam is our protagonist, and she accidentally let out this creature in her mother's painting. And this creature was called Pet, and Pet told her that there is still a monster in their place, or in Lucille. So in this one kasi their history, there was a revolution where angels hunted the monsters. And yeah, so basically their people, or their government in there, was telling that Lucille were safe and there are no monsters like that. So that's how this book started, is Pet telling Jam that he is hunting a monster in Lucille, specifically to her best friend's house, so Redemption. So side note, I also like the characters' name in this one, because they are very random and kind of weird, but I like it. At first, I was not shocked. At first, I was like, why is it like this? Because her mom's name is Bitter and her father's name is Aloe. And I don't know. It's kind of cute, but I don't know if their names says something about their personality, because Jam's name is a kind of food or a spread, ganyan. So I don't know if it has something to do with their personality, because to be honest, I don't really see that. But anyway, I enjoyed the naming in this one, because they're memorable and at the same time unique. And at the same time, I think very fitting to this story, because this one I think is very unique on its own, and very memorable on its own. So anyway, let's go to my review na. So this is going to be a spoiler review, so if you don't want to hear about the spoilers, you can skip it to the next clip. There is a chapter something in here, down here, so just click it. Anyway, so this one, I like the writing style of Akwaeke Emezi, and this one made me want to read their other books, and I'm going to definitely read those. But anyway, so how are we good? So in this one, we talk about angels and monsters. So I love that the angels and monsters in this book, we can get a direct correlation to something in our real lives. Like for example, the monsters in this book, based on how they are explained or how they are shown, they can be people in our real lives, where like people who do
not so great things like thieves, um, abusers, like that. And then the angels were shown as someone who gives justice, or who hunts this monster so they can be directly correlated to police, like that. And at the end of this book, can see that they really acted like one, because during the trial, they are basically the angels in this one were like the law enforcement, something like that. So but aside from that, because while I was reading this book, I was really encouraged to think critically, and I was able to form my other meanings, or a much indirect metaphor from the angels and monsters subject matter. Because if we really think deeper, I think the angels and monsters thing can vary, or the interpretation of it can vary from person to person, depending on their life experiences and how they read or interpret the text or the descriptions shown on page. So I really appreciate that, because I didn't expect to be able to use my brain while reading this one, because I am a romance reader in general, and I'm not saying that just because I'm reading romance I'm not using my brain, but I but romance the romance genre in general is very kind of a light-hearted kind of genre or read for me. For me personally, I don't know about other people, but usually when I read romance, it's because I wanted to just chill and not think too much, because I wanted to escape reality for a bit, and I wanted um to live on a happier place, or in a romantic setting or place or story. So that's how I perceive, or that's what I felt reading romance. But in this one, um, because because romance is my main genre, I kind of read it back to back to back to back, and it's really refreshing to read something that kumbaga a palate cleanser to me. Because for other readers who are, from what I have watched on YouTube, for other readers who mostly read fantasy or sci-fi, their palate cleanser usually are romance novels, because it is much lighthearted than what they are usually read. But because I predominantly read romance, then my palate cleanser usually are in the forms of genres, or not genres, but books that made me think. And I really appreciate that this book was that I read this book in the middle of what I'm feeling right now, because currently I was a bit in a actually not right now, but days before, I was actually in a very, I feel like I was going to be in a reading slump. But thankfully I was able to read this book, and I just kind of have a refreshed mind again, because I was able to use my brain and think. And I really love that this book, I just realized that this book is originally intended for young adult audience. And as an adult myself, I learned a lot from this book. I learned in terms that I was able to use my mind or my brain. I was able to think critically, and to gather connections from the books based on what I have experienced. And I really appreciate that, because it means that if I, as an adult, learned got something from it, then I am happy that the young adults were also getting that kind of but that I am happy that young adults were able to have this book for them. So I really enjoyed reading this book. Aside from that, I was able to also enjoy the reading journey or my reading experience with this book. So it's really a very great read for me because this is not usually my cup of tea during my reading, but I really like, well, basically this one was basically this one, the reason why I really love this one, the number one is the author's writing style, because I really enjoyed it, I really connected with it, and I just enjoy it. I love the writing style. I'm going to list what made me love this book a lot is first the writing style of the author. It's really great to read and I really enjoyed reading it. Then the second one is the concept, because there's a lot of metaphors that I think I was still not able to piece it together, but I'm going to read other reviews of this book, so that to see what other readers thought about this, and if they also thought what I thought about the angels and monsters in this one. And basically I think this one is going to be a great book for discussion, or a group book for a book club, something like that. So because I think there's a lot of things that readers can talk about, and I think being this one being intended for young adult audience will really encourages them to think critically, and to have a discussion about this matter, or this subject matter. And yes, I really enjoyed it. In short, I really enjoyed this one, and I would really highly recommend it. And I actually kind of curious as to what an actual young adult think about this book. So if you know someone who who is a young adult who reviewed this book, can you please comment down below what they thought about this book, whether they like it, or what are their thoughts about the angels and monsters, or whatever thoughts they have about this book, because I'm curious. Because as an adult, I think because as an adult I was surprised at how much meat, or how much content this book had, and how much you can get from it if you think more about it, and if you think about these concepts or these subject matters in different lens or perspective. So I wanted to know if the actual young adult was able to also got that, or yes. So that's what I was thinking. Anyway, I really enjoyed this one, and it made me fall in love back again to reading, because it really saved me from the reading slump. Anyway, that's my update for this book. But anyway, that's my update for this book. So let's now go to the next book that I have finished as well. After finishing Pet, I also finished listening to Barbarian's Lady by Ruby Dixon. So I think this is book 16 of the Ice Planet Barbarian series, and this one is actually one of my favorites from the series during the first read, because this one revolves around Kate and Harek. So actually, the reason why I particularly love this book is because, first of all, I loved the setting, the change of setting, because in this one we have Harek and Kate go into a glacier, and basically the plot surrounding that part is very interesting, because it's a change of setting, or change in environment than the other than the previous books in this series. So I really enjoyed that. And aside from that, I also like Kate a lot, because among the other women in the humans that crash landed in the ice planet, or generally among the characters, or the um the people, or the Sakoy and human people in the entire planet, Kate is the one I relate the most. It's because she is considered the tall girl, and as someone who was always noticed by my height from elementary and high school, I really I really have a much more I really have a I immediately had a connection with her, because she was really insecure with her height, insecure in a way that she thinks that these guys in the tribe, especially Harek, because she was immediately kind of a bit attracted to him. So and then Harek unknowingly made her feel embarrassed because of her height, because she, among the other humans, she's the one who was she considered herself as um unattractive to other guys because she is taller than other guys, which is I kind of experienced that as well, being the tallest in my elementary class and some of my classmates in my high school class. It's kind of awkward, or they make me feel weird by myself, or my height. They make me feel unwanted because I was too tall for them. So and so I can relate to her in that sense of insecurity with with your height, in terms of the how people see you. But yeah, so right now I no longer feel that way, because I just like, fuck them. I don't care. It's my height. I can't do anything about it. So anyway, so I just don't listen to what they say. And aside from that, when I entered college, I was also and aside from that, when I entered college, I just realized that I am really not that tall, and I am in the average kind, or maybe near the lower height variety classification. Anyway, so in that sense, that's why I related to her the most, in terms of the insecurity and struggle that I have felt before. But I really enjoyed their dynamics together, like Harek and Kate, and I also enjoyed how Kate is very strong on her own, not just physically but mentally as well, and she is not easily deterred. She's not when it's like whenever something happens, make um she always have something she always do something that she always have a plan on how to approach a situation, or especially bad situations, because in this book they encountered a lot. But in this one, I also like the fact that she can handle herself, that she don't need other people or other man to come and protect her. Like this one. So the reason why I like this one is because aside from I can relate with Kate's insecurity, I also admire her personality and who she is as a person. And aside from that, I really admire and want and hoping that someday I can also be as confident as her and can handle my own without asking anyone help. Which is, we can ask help, because we can ask help naman from time to time, but what I'm saying is she can provide for herself without needing anyone's help. And yeah, so I really admire her for that, and how she is very strong on her own. And yes, Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying anymore because I'm tired. Anyway, that's my update. I still give it 5 stars. So it's actually a reread. And yeah, so I really enjoyed this one as usual. And I'm so happy to be able to read 2 5-star books back to back to back before I sleep. In this vlog, we only have one book left, and yes, so I'll see you once I have something to say about that book or once I finished it. So, okay, bye-bye! So, I'm currently reading The Love Con by Seressia Glass. I think I am in the 13% mark, and I really am enjoying it. So far, to be honest with you, I don't have any opinions yet about cosplay in books, but I don't like any form of TV appearance or that kind of spotlight reality show or TV appearance in books. So this one is very interesting because it has one, but it revolves around cosplay. And the reason and what I like about this the most right now is the friends to lovers aspect or trope in this one. I really am enjoying it, and both Cam and Kenya are so cute together, and I love how their friendship are real, and I really can feel their care for each other and their bond together, and I really enjoy that. I am buying their friends to lovers thing right now. Anyway, I just wanted to update you that because the production team in this one annoys the shit out of me, but thank God there's Cam and Kenya's interaction because their interaction are very sweet and very adorable to read. So anyway, that's my update for tonight, and I'll update you once I have something more to say about this book. Hello everyone, so I'm finally done with The Love Con by Seressia Glass, and I have notes here on what I wanted to talk about because okay, let's just go into it na. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about in here is the cosplay terminologies that was, or the cosplay aspect in the book. So in this one, I think the cosplay things are very niched, or because for me it's very subjective because I don't like the cosplay things in here because it took too much space, and by that I mean the author described everything on what Kenya and Cam is doing. Like, I don't even like it's too much explanation for me, too much explanation of the process that I won't even recreate. So because even the gluing part, like how Kenya glues the whatever the thing she is gluing, because I kind of skimmed a little bit of that because I really don't care much about the cosplay aspect or how they did did the costumes that they are doing. I don't really care much about that, but I think for other people or readers who would want to read more about it or who are interested with cosplay, I think they are going to like it because it is very detailed and very explanation heavy when it comes to the process. And yeah, so I don't like that part. And then the next thing that I wanted to talk about is the reality show or thing or whatever the fuck is happening with the television thing. Because I don't watch TV, so I don't know what to call it. So I'm going to call it here reality show. And I hated that part. I thought at first this is the book that will make me realize that reality show or TV or being in TV is okay when it comes to the books that I'm reading, but no. I really hated that part. And the thing that and I think my reason for hating that part or trope or element in a book, no matter what genre, is that the reality show or being in television, being a public person, is very taxing with the emotional emotional health and mental health. And in this one, well, not just this one, but on the other, and I think reality shows or being in a public platform, people tends to get intrusive and entitled to the famous person or the person in the show. The people get entitled to the life of the person in the show or the famous person, and I think that's not. And for me personally, I don't like that, and I hated everything. And I think a lot of people don't know boundaries, and I hated that in this one because they are being shot for the show. The the producer, or the one that's heading I don't know what they're called, the heading the what do you call this, the cameraman to capture their or to video their whatever the fuck they're doing. They make things up for drama, and I hated that because I just wanted to, especially in a romance, I just wanted a peaceful, lighthearted, and very cute and fluffy romance between the main characters. I really don't like it when outside external forces, especially like in this one, where we're in the environment or the outside forces, just like the reality show, and the audience don't have an intimate connection with the main characters. I really hated that because I wanted for the external conflict to be internal, or either internal or with people close to the main character, so that we are able to sympathize more with the main characters, and to be able to expand our understanding. Because if we know that our main character likes this friend or likes this person, and has a very very good relationship with that person, we can able to see things on both sides. Well, in this one, because the reality show aspect, or the producers and the audience, is so far away from our main character, it's easy to blame them and to hate them. And for me personally, I don't like that feeling that I get while reading, because I want to understand everyone, and I think it's very easy to hate on them without having deep thoughts about it, or have a nuanced thought about it. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but anyway, so basically what I hate in the reality show aspect is how intrusive they got on Kenya's life, and not just Kenya but Cam's life as well, and opening up past wounds that should have left out, like Cam's ex. And I really hated that thing. I really hated how they entered. In general, I really hated how reality shows or TV like that integrates themselves to the life of the characters, and then, as we all know, they are only there because they wanted to cause shit and to make good TV, but they don't really care about the main characters and the people around them comfortable, or they don't have good intentions. And I hated that because it's so obvious, and they will never be redeemed in my eyes, because at the end of the day, the point of shows like this, reality shows like this, is to make good TV, and good TV equals to drama, and I don't like drama in books. So yeah, so that's my thoughts about that. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about, because my ring light kind of wants to die on me na. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is Kenya's parents. So at first, Kenya's parents are very reluctant and very opposed to Kenya doing cosplay because um they think that it's just a hobby that and it shouldn't be her job because she studied as an engineer, and they wanted her to pursue engineering because that's what her degree says, or that's what she studied basically. And in this one, I hated how they gaslighted her, and it's so triggering. I can somehow relate to that thing where your parents or where your parents kind of gaslighted you into thinking that what you're doing or what you wanted to do isn't the right thing for you, as if they know, as if they are the one leading your life, or as if they know everything about you. And I hated that. And I hated how it is really, I mean, I liked how Seressia Glass showed it, but I hated it at the same time. I liked how she incorporated it and how she explicitly showed to us how her parents gaslighted her, and because we are in Kenya's point of view, and we can see her spiraling, which is very relatable and very sad. Because why? But anyway, I don't like her parents, though they are realistic in that part because they really gaslight children. But I I don't like her parents. I just want I don't like her parents because they took side with Jessa, and I hate it. Yes, so I hated her parents in this one. And aside from that, because right after that scene, she made out, or right after that scene, we have a scene where they are in LA and presenting their final creations and something like that. And then Cam and Kenya have a talk, and yeah, have a talk about everything, and then when Kenya and Cam told Kenya's parents that she don't want to pursue engineering and she would continue doing what she wants, basically doing cosplay, and they could not interfere with her relationship with Cam. The parents, and mind you, this happened I think in less than a week. I think it's just days, but the parents, after hearing that, immediately was like, okay, but that's very unrealistic. Like, I'm telling you, the last 30% of this book is a mess, is a foolishness, and this one, that's very unrealistic for a parents with that kind of mindset, the mindset that their child should pursue something related to STEM and not something creative, and that kind of parents where they gaslighted their children almost the entire life of the children. And I don't think it's realistic that they immediately had a complete 180 and they changed their views and their opinions on what she did. And actually, I wanted for them to not reject, but to be at first for a few months like that, to be a little bit not okay with it, because to be really honest with you, I think it's not easy to change especially for parents, though I hated her parents in this one. I understand that they only wanted what's right for her and what they think was right for her, and they are concerned for her well-being and for her future. And I don't think that they can be easily, and basically what I'm saying is changing your mind isn't easy and cannot be done in just a second, especially with something as heavy as their opinions or their mindset. At least for me, that's what I believe. And then after that is I still can't believe, and and I still don't like their gaslighting her. And after that, I wanted to talk about their friends to lovers, or the friends to lovers trope or aspect in here. So let's now talk about the friends to lovers aspect or trope in this one. So as we all know, this book is the main tropes in this book are friends to lovers and fake dating. And then the friends to lovers trope is actually one of my favorites. And how this one started, I really liked the start of this book in terms of the friends to lovers trope. But I really like the start of this book when it comes to the friends to lovers trope, and they're really steamy. They're steamy, and yeah, that's the positive things that I can say about this book. Because the last 30% of this book is a mess, foolishness, very annoying shits. And the thing is, they are friends for a long time, but they don't know how to communicate with each other. It's really fucking annoying because they have the entire book to talk about everything that they needed to talk about, but they only did it at the last 30%. And mind you, a lot of shit happened at the last 30% of this book. And I don't know, I really hated that. As I have said, I like friends to lovers trope, but this book made me realize that I like a more niche friends to lovers. Like, I like the light and cute and fluffy friends to lovers kind of thing in a book, especially in a romance. But what I don't like is the angsty one. The angsty one where they don't communicate with each other because they don't want to hurt each other, or because they are scared that the friendship will break because of their confession, or whatever the fuck are they thinking. I hated that. I just want us to be happy and to have a very low to minimal conflict. But in this one, I think in this one din kasi, the reality show aspect, the opinion of the other people or the people around them has an effect to their mental thing and to their emotional feelings, something like that. And that's why this one feels a bit more annoying. But I really don't like, I like their friendship on the first 70% mark of the book. I buy it. I buy it. I buy their friendship. I really invested. But at the 30% mark, I don't know, not just their friendship, but everything in this book turns to shit. And it's really sad because this one has a lot of potential. And anyway, okay, so moving on from that, I don't like it. I just realized that I don't like angsty friends to lovers. I love the light and fluffy one, and I don't like a very angsty and annoying third act conflict. And yeah, basically the culmination of everything that I don't like, that I have said, I don't like that. So let's now move to the writing. Okay, so this is the last one that I'm going to talk about in this book. So the writing of the author. First of all, I wanted to talk something, a miscellaneous thing pala. So it relates to writing na naman. But on the end kasi, on the end, the last chapter, I think, they were in a local TV show, and they got a job offer, a surprise job offer, on a big show, big show that will going to have a movie. And I'm thinking, and I don't know, it's very unrealistic because in real life, if you're going to think about it, it's very unprofessional. And it's very unprofessional because they are offering them, Kenya and Cam, a job offer in front of a live audience and TV viewers without them even knowing about it. And the thing is, Kenya and Cam don't have, based on what we've read in the book, don't have a manager. So, these big people, like producers in the, what do you call this? In the entertainment industry, just go onto the local TV thing, local TV show, and aired out their business proposal. It's very unprofessional, to be honest, and it's annoying because I know that usually this process should have gone to the managers, or and have what do you call this, a bit of a secrecy about it, because of course this is a transaction like that. And they talk about, and because there's a video call, I think, during a video call, and they're talking as if they are in a Zoom meeting in Kenya's room, like that. Like, it's very unprofessional and annoying, because in real life it won't happen. And though in real life I know that offering job offers from major entertainment channel, entertainment thing, is possible for people, or for normal regular people, or people who don't have fame. But doing it in a local TV without talking to their manager, it's very weird. Anyway, so that's my thing. That's another reason why the last 30% is basically a shit show, and it's very full of unrealistic things happening, and very angsty and very annoying shits happen. Anyway, so let's now move on finally to the writing style. So the writing style of the author, a lot of what I find annoying, I kind of have a 50-50 feelings about it, because at one note I find her characterization of the characters very good, because I bought the friendship dynamics and relationship between Cam and Kenya, and the way she wrote the parents and their gaslighting Kenya is very real. And she has moments where her writing really shines, and I enjoy those. But she also have a lot of things wherein we don't have any major character interactions, like we have filler contents, and she gets too descriptive, like what I've said in the cosplay things or terms, and aside from that, she tends to repeat paragraph. There's a lot of repetitions, and it's so annoying to read paragraphs that I've read already a few pages ago. So she tends to do that, and I think all of those could be cut out and made a much more concise paragraph or narration, because there are times in here that I find myself asking, what's the point of this paragraph? Because too much repetition and too long-winded thoughts, it's just sometimes annoying to read. And I think this book could have been a lot more smaller in size, or lower in number, smaller in size, or lower number of pages, because a lot of so basically what I'm saying is the technical aspect of the writing style I don't like, but the actual writing, I don't know how to talk about this one, because I'm not a writing, I didn't take class on writing, so I don't know. So I hope you still understand what I'm saying. But the actual writing of the characters are good. I like that. But the technical writing, or the actual words that we're seeing on the paper, or for me on ebook, is I think could be improved. Let's now go to the conclusion of this book. So I'm giving it 3 stars because it's still okay. I like some parts of it, and though it seems like I have a lot of dislikes, I still think that they kind of balance the what I find I like in this book and what I find I dislike. I think they're balanced, and it's still a good story. It's just like, and also aside from that, I think that the negatives that I have found in this book are purely subjective. Like it is because of my subjective preference, and I still think that other people or other readers can love this more than I do. And I'm still also excited to read more from this author, because I don't know if this is her debut novel, because I didn't look it up. But if it is, I think it's unfair to judge an author's work based on their first book. So I would still want to read more from this author and see, because the writing style, the technical side of the writing style is could be improved. And I think the author's ideas are great. So I still wanted to read more from the author. And yeah, so that's all. I'm having a brain fog moment right now. But yes, so that's all for this book. I'm giving it 3 stars, and I would still want to read more from the author. Okay, so we finally have come to the conclusion of this video. I'm so happy to be able to read these books, and you might not know this because you're watching everything continuously, but it took me a lot of time, 2 months, to finish this entire reading vlog, because kind of have a very not in the mood kind of thing with regard to reading and to doing videos, obviously, because I don't have something to say. If I don't read, then don't have something to say in here. Anyway, so what I'm saying is that I'm happy to be able to get back to this one, because last time I got sick, so I generally don't have the energy to read and to do reading vlogs. And then after that, a lot of academic stuff happened, and right now I'm near the end na, so I can go back to this again. So yeah, so a little bit of announcement na lang. From now on, I think I'm going to upload once a week, and that's going to be every Saturday. And I don't know if I can follow through with that, but I'll try. What I am doing right now is that I'm going to take my time and to really enjoy the reading experience, because what I found out is that I loved doing this kind of reviews where I list what the things that I wanted to talk about and to talk about them more. Because the first vlogs that I've made, or the videos that I've made, I just go on with it. Like, I put my camera, I just started recording myself, and that's it. I'm just pansing, I just talking to you without any preparation. But I wanted to do some because the thing is, I always wanted to improve. So I know that since this is my that I'm still in my beginner stage, my verbal reviewing thing or my verbal reviewing skills aren't that aren't that great. And I just wanted to be a much more I wanted to be a much more effective reviewer. And because for me personally, I think that my strength goes to writing reviews, because I think I can do that much more, and I can choose words um, that represents what I'm thinking. But verbally, especially if I don't have a plan or I don't have a notes, or I don't have notes or outline to what I'm going to say or review, um, I usually have I usually feel like I have no words. Like, I don't know dictionary who, but I wanted to improve that, because I wanted to improve that, and I always wanted to improve myself. So that's my plan for right now. So for this channel, what I'm going to do, or what I plan to do, is I want to be much thorough in my reviewing, in my, what do you call this, verbal reviewing of the book. And yes, so verbal reviewing of the book, because that's the point of doing this reviews, as for you, the audience, to know what I thought of the book, and my specific reactions or my specific thoughts on different things or themes that is being shown or being included in the book. So I find it really fun to do, and I wanted to do more of it. But yeah, so that's all for me. Thank you for watching this video and for sticking out. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and click the notification bell down below, so that you'll be able to be the first people to know when I post a new one. So I'm posting every Saturday, and that's all for me. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye bye.